Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you have a great day. I am here to do an intuitive card reading to see what insights, guidance, and messages the universe has for us at this time, especially for those who are in what could be referred to as a waiting period. You feel like you've been put on hold. There's been delay. You have been, putting in the work. You've been showing up. You've been trusting, having faith, and you're still not quite seeing results yet. You're not seeing any movement. It's sort of like this messy middle period where you're not in the old anymore, but you're also not in the new. You're in this transition. So let's take a look at the cards and see what reassurance, guidance, and messages the universe has in regards to this kind of messy waiting period. Okay, so the first card we have is Full Moon in Scorpio. Breathe through the tension. Yeah, remembering to breathe, to release, to relax, to rest, to fill up your cup in this waiting period is very important, because for a lot of us, when we're in this waiting period, when we're trying to, have the desired results, to see some kind of movement, we will be like, okay, well, I've been doing all this work. I'm not seeing things, so I need to go even harder. I need to double, triple, quadruple down and just give even harder, the whole hustle and grind culture. But remember to breathe. You don't need to keep pushing harder and harder and harder and harder and harder, because if you keep doing that, that could lead to you breaking, and that can lead to you depleting yourself, which will then mean you're trying to pour out of an empty cup. And what kind of results can you get when you pour out of an empty cup? You have nothing to give. So yes, you can feel this tension and this friction, and you're just like, I know that more is meant to be happening. I know I'm supposed to be seeing bigger results. I have been doing the work. I've, listened to the intuitive, energetic call, the pull, listened to my intuition, gotten into alignment. I've listened to the universe. I've received the divine guidance. I'm doing the thing. I'm still not seeing the results. And the universe is saying, hey, it's okay. Remember to breathe. Don't get so caught up in the, narratives of the mind, because we can start getting swept up in emotions and the mental narrative and believing doubt, insecurity, lack, fear, the false evidence appearing real. And that can end up causing us to delay our results because we're getting out of alignment. We're dipping down into lower frequencies. And it's not that we're the universe thinks we're quote unquote bad and need to be punished when that happens. We're human, but just remember to breathe. It's going to work out. You will be called from this metaphorical waiting room, and it will be your turn. Don't worry, the universe is working things out behind the scenes, but the seeds have been planted. They need time to grow. There's going to be a period where you're not going to see results, and I'm there with you. It's like I've been working on so many things for years now, and it's just things have just been very, very slow. And then I'll think oh, this is it, and then things will be snatched out from under me, and it can be really hard. But I've been doing my best to breathe, to feel through things, to process, to release, because if something didn't work out for me, that's because it wasn't meant for me, and the universe has something even better in store for me. And the same is true for you. So just breathe. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I know it can be hard as humans because we want to see the results, especially in this instantaneous gratification society we have nowadays, where everything is just popping off, one thing after another, going thing to thing to thing to thing, go, 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 go. It's breathe. It's gonna be okay. Okay. So the next card we have is last quarter moon in Pisces. Talk less, feel more. And the messaging with this coming in is how, as humans, we have the tendency to just run our mouths and go, da, 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 da. I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and it's still not working, and it's still not working, and it's still not working, and we're just our mouths are running. Our mouths are running because my family is notorious for this. They will keep bringing up every single thing that's gone wrong and complain and rant and just be negative and just bringing the energy down so low. And they don't talk about the things that are working out or good things that happen. No, they're going on and on and on about all the bad. And so it's just like, I get it. I get that it's hard. I'm there with you. I have been working on this because, like, I'll look around, for instance, and I'll see, family members, friends, peers, former coworkers, all these things. People are having jobs take off. They're, having their own home. They're getting married. They're dating. They're having children. All these things. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm stuck. I've been putting in all this effort. And so it's like, it can be easy to fall in trap to be like, I'm doing this, and I've been, being trusting and holding the faith and keeping the hope and showing up every day and doing the best that I can to heal, to process, to feel, to grow, to learn, to improve, to give out kindness and all this. And it's like, but then the mind can go, but what about me? Why is it going for everybody else? And it can lead us to just getting into all these narratives and running our mouth. And it's like, listen, there's nothing wrong with talking, but sometimes you need to go a little more silent. You need to go inward, not, go outward so much with your words, but go inward, feel, process, so that you can release. Because that's been one thing that's been going on with me a lot the past couple weeks. I have been going inward and I have been feeling a lot. It's been rather intense. I'll have, my high moments where I'm just feeling really, really good. But then other times it's just like the lows go very low and it gets very deep and intense. And it's like, oh boy. But, if I go running my mouth, I'm going to be, persisting in that energy. Not that it's bad to have it. Not that it's bad to feel things and to, rant and get things off your chest, to vent. But the universe is asking for you to go in more, to feel more, to process, to allow the energy to flow through you so you can release it. Because in our society, we basically end up running away from our feelings, from our past, from who we truly are, what's going on in our lives. Well, they're trying to bury it with all the activities, numbing out with, coping mechanisms and TV and just like trying to avoid it at all costs. And it's like the universe wants you to sit with yourself, to make space, to feel, to allow, to see and listen to what comes up. Because that's going to help you release a whole lot, and it's going to allow you to get into alignment a whole lot better. Because for a lot of us, it's been this, transition waiting period, because there's still some metaphorical gunk still in us from, past wounds, conditioning, programming, trauma from childhood, whatever it is, past relationship drama, whatever it is. And like, we have the tendency to kind of bury it and forget that it's there. And it's like, no. It's like a spring cleaning of your soul. Let's tidy things up, feel more so it can release and you can make space for the new. And we got to do a whole lot of breathing while we feel through it and we allow it to process. Yeah. Full moon in Sagittarius, see the bigger picture. Because just because you're not seeing the results right now doesn't mean you're being denied, doesn't mean you're being rejected, doesn't mean you're being forsaken or forgotten or abandoned. It can very much feel like it. Trust me, when you see all these people and they're having relationships and, they're getting homes and they're having their jobs take off and they're, getting married and they're starting a family and like, you're doing all these things, but it's like, what about me? It can be really hard because it feels like you have been sidelined and that it's not going to work out for you. But the universe is working things behind the scenes for you. It's been making it so that you will have your transformation, your metamorphosis. you'll be able to turn into the butterfly. And so, yeah, it may seem like nothing's happening, but the caterpillar doesn't become the butterfly overnight. It takes time. There's a natural process to these things. And you may be sitting around and be like, why? Or even just like an egg. It doesn't hatch overnight. It has to be incubated. It has to grow inside the egg in order to hatch, and it'll have its timing. You may be seeing all these other eggs around it hatch, and you're just inside the egg and be like, why not me? When it's my turn? It'll happen. It'll happen. But sometimes you being in the waiting phase is actually the universe protecting you and setting you up for success, because if you got things too soon, it may fall apart. Or you may try to rush things with the wrong person or the wrong opportunity, the wrong job, whatever it is, the wrong home, and it would fall apart because it wasn't the best thing for you and you're meant for better. So see the bigger picture. Yes, it can be so frustrating to be in this holding, waiting phase where it's like, okay, I've been waiting. Like it feels like I've been waiting my whole life for this. Can we see some results, please and thank you? But know that it's going to work out for you. The universe has divine timing and a master plan, and it is setting you up for success. I know it doesn't always feel like it, but it is going to work out in your best interest, I promise. We gotta walk by faith, not by sight. Just because we're not seeing things moving doesn't mean they're not happening. Because the universe, the divine, can work magic and miracles. It doesn't need to do things by human means. It can work things out like this. It can set you up with divine synchronicities, and it's all going to flow with domino effects, and it's all just going to line up perfectly when it's the right, perfect, divine timing. Right. First quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open. Keep your heart open. Don't become so discouraged and disillusioned and disheartened that you close yourself off, that you think that it's never going to work out for you, that you're doomed, that it's never going to come together, that you're always going to be, stuck playing small and stuck with less and lack and all these things. Like, no. Keep your heart open. Keep the hope, the faith, the belief alive. Trust that it's working out for you even if you can't see it. Keep your heart open. Allow yourself to receive. The universe will send signs and messages. It will make sure you know where you need to be. It'll guide you. It can be hard when we're in this waiting period, but we've been planted. We're going to sprout. We're going to bloom. We're going to have bountiful harvest. We're going to have so much fruit from our efforts, from our labors, but it takes time. And we need to stop comparing ourselves to other people. It can be really hard, especially if you're surrounded by it. But there are different types of plants, different types of plants, different types of people. So don't compare yourself to other people, because that's like saying, I should be able to bloom and bear fruit by this time because, my neighbor did it. But like, metaphorically speaking, maybe they're a tomato and you're a pumpkin. Like, there are different times to produce the fruit. So you don't need to compare. Keep your heart open, because it's going to work out for you. It really is. Yeah. Full moon in Virgo, take inspired action, because if you breathe through it, if you feel more and allow yourself to process and release, if you see the bigger picture and keep your heart open, you're going to be in that tuned in, tapped in, turned on state where you can take the inspired action. You're going to get the intuitive nudgings, intuitive hits. You're going to have the guidance come in, the insights, the messages, and the universe is going to be nudging you and be like, okay, I'm going to take this inspired aligned action. I'm not going to, be acting out of fear and trying to rush things and cut corners and be like, well, I just got to settle for this. Like, I just need something. It's like, no. Breathe, trust, hold the faith, stay the course. It's going to work out for you, because it makes me think about how my best friend ended up settling, and she's like, well, I'm like, I want to be married, so I'm just gonna do this. And it ended up planning out horribly for her, because she ended up getting deceived and manipulated into the marriage by her narcissistic ex, who may or may not be a sociopath. Like, he's like, I don't say it lightly, like, he is not okay, and neither are his parents. Like, I went with her after she got duped into the marriage to their parents holding a quote-unquote family meeting, and it was just going to be the parents and him ganging up on her and saying how she was the problem. And then I was there in her corner. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And they were just screaming at her and belittling her and degrading her. And she was asking for help fixing the car's air conditioning because she was driving their daughter, their son's daughter was also my friend's daughter. And so it's like, she's driving around in the summer in the heat, and there's like, oh, we shouldn't have to do that. Like, he gives all the money to them. It's like, he doesn't. He blows it on video games and all this nonsense. He barely ever sees them. And so it's like, yeah, she settled, and it backfired big time. And the universe will allow us our free will. It'll allow us to choose what we choose. And so we can choose to, rush things, to not trust, to just like go with the quote unquote next best thing because we're just like, I'm too impatient, I just want it to happen now. And we may cause ourselves more suffering and heartache and turmoil and struggle that way. Because my friend ended up going through a very messy divorce because of it. And my heart goes out to her because it was so messy and so painful, and just like, those people, oh my goodness. But this is why the universe wants you to keep an open heart, to see the bigger picture, to feel and breathe through things so you can take the inspired action. Because she was feeling like she shouldn't marry him, but she was like, oh, well, he did make some efforts, and I guess this was good, and he actually took us to the courthouse to get married, so I guess I should. And it's like, no, you weren't feeling it. So don't do that to yourself. If you don't feel it, don't go for it. Take the aligned, inspired action. Don't rush it. Trust. Yeah. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. And you might think like, it's taking so long and I've gone through all these things and nothing's just working out. And it's like, I keep trying. I keep showing up. I keep putting my best foot forward. I keep doing the very best I can. Coming from an open heart space, but I just keep getting denied and delayed and just keep, getting pushed away. And it's like, it's the universe working things out in your favor. Yes, it may feel like detours and nothing's working out, and you're just like, why is it taking so long? But the universe is protecting you and guiding you to the highest possible outcome for you. Like with what happened with that toxic group of the narcissist the end of last year. Like, it just felt soul crushing because it's like, I invested so much time, energy, love, support, of like all of this into that group. And I had thought that we were all on good terms. I thought we all had each other's back. We were supportive. We were friends. And, I had been dating the narcissist that I didn't know was a narcissist at the time. And to just be done so dirty the way it played out, and to have them all create a smear campaign and turn their backs on me and just be so nasty and just throwing all this mud and slander and all that at me. And it's just like, I was being as kind and peaceful and loving and respectful as I could. I was being so gentle with you guys. Like, what? But that obstacle, that conflict, like, it was a detour in the right direction, because the universe is saying, hey, you don't actually want to be associated with them. Because once I got away and was able to, see the bigger picture, to process and feel through my feelings so I could release it and, breathe through it and then have clarity over this situation through hindsight, I'm like, oh, they were using me as an energetic supply and draining the heck out of me. I deserve better than that. And so the universe will use things like that to help get you back on the right path. And so, yes, it may feel like things are taking longer than they quote unquote should, but the universe is working out for your highest benefit so you don't get on the wrong path, so you're not being used by other people, so you're not being drained, so you can actually live a fulfilling, joyful life, you know? Yeah. Joy is the ultimate creator. This is why the universe is wanting you to feel more, to breathe, to keep an open heart, because once we can work through our emotions and we can get back into alignment, we can bring in more joy. We can make the focus on joy. And so maybe things are still taking a long time and you're still in that holding, waiting period, and you're just in this messy middle. You're like, I know more is supposed to be happening, but I'm not seeing it. Take a step away and get back to joy. Do something that you enjoy. Do something to bring more fun, more lightheartedness, more love, more laughter into your life. Play a game. Play with your pet. Cuddle with your pet. Go for a walk in nature. Watch a good show. Read a good book. Whatever it is, bring in more joy, because that's going to help the energy flow through you and the universe be able to send you the magic and the miracles to work out these blessings, because you're going to be in alignment. You're going to be in a frequency in which you can receive. And that can be easier said than done when you've been waiting for so long. Like, literally, it feels like I've been waiting my whole life. Like, all I've ever wanted is to have a peaceful life where things are more simple and I just have deep, genuine, meaningful connections, and I keep having all this drama and chaos and unnecessarily conflict and just negativity from basically the bulk of every person I encounter. And it's just like, can we not, why is it so hard to be kind and loving and gentle and peaceful? I don't get it. And so, if I get sidetracked into that, I'm not in joy. I'm not in lightheartedness. I'm not in peace. I'm in distress and grief and anxiety and worry and disheartenment and disillusionment. And why? And it's that's why the universe says talk less, feel more. Get into being a human being. You don't need to be a human saying. You don't need to be a human doing. You can be a human being. You can embrace joy and tap into it, because it's going to help you create the life you want. You don't always have to be happy. It's not like the universe saying, be happy no matter what, good vibes only. That's not what it's saying. But joy is a much powerful creator than fear, than lack, than worry, than insecurity, than doubt, Yeah. The presence of love will always cast out fear. That's why the universe is wanting you to get back into joy, get back into love, get back into gratitude, get back into fun, lightheartedness, freedom. And yeah, you may not have the quote-unquote circumstances or means to do all the things that you want, and life may not be to your preference yet, but there are still things that you can enjoy right now. That's why I have been, looking into ways to bring more joy into my life, getting myself some tasty treats or enjoying a good show. I was watching the Apothecary Diaries recently, and it made me super happy. And I've been playing with Suki, our cat, and doing things to bring more love and joy and peace and lightheartedness, because it really does make a difference. It will bring in the light. It will make things, it'll shift reality, When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light, and that's the thing. Uncle Iroh's quote is coming in: if you look for the light, you can often find it, but if you look for the dark, that's all you'll ever see. And so look for the light. Look for the silver linings. Look for the bright sides. Look for reasons to be joyful. Look for reasons to be in love with life. Look for reasons to savor life. Look for reasons to be appreciative. Look for ways that you can bring more fun into your life, because it's going to lead you back to the light. The universe wants you to enjoy life. Yeah, there's still going to be storms and hardships and obstacles and those, intense emotions and rough days. We're human. we're living in a reality of duality, of contrast, and so not everything's going to be to our preference, but we can still do the most that we can to make the best out of the cards we've been dealt. We can choose how we show up in the world. We can choose which narratives we subscribe to. We can choose where our focus goes, where our time, energy, and attention goes. We can choose how we choose to respond. We get to choose. We get to choose what we get in alignment with, what we're resonating with. Sometimes it's easier said than done to, resonate with love and hope and joy and all that when we're in the thick of the human emotions, but it's okay. Breathe and feel and process your way through it. It's gonna be okay. Yeah, the swordfish focus. The universe is really driving home on what is it that you're focusing on. The story, the Native American tale of the two wolves is coming in about, this little boy is asking his grandfather, who's going to win, because the grandfather's telling him there are two wolves inside you that are battling inside of each and every person. The first wolf is fear, anger, jealousy, war, negativity, all these things. And then the other one is peace, joy, love, harmony, fun, all this positivity. And the grandfather tells his grandson, the one that wins is the one you feed. What is it you're focusing on? What is it you're feeding? What is building your momentum in your life? Because that's going to create your reality. So, are you doing what you can to put your focus on joy, on love, on peace, on fun, on lightheartedness, on gratitude? That doesn't mean that if you are having a low human moment and you're feeling some sadness or insecurity or fear or doubt or worry that you're quote unquote wrong and failing. No, that's not it. It's just, what are you striving towards? You don't have to always be there, but what are you striving towards? What are you spending most of your time, energy, and attention focusing on? Because that's going to create your reality. The energy you put out comes back to you. You will reap what you sow. So if your focus is on the positive, on how things, like, you could remind yourself of all the things that have worked out in the past, even if it didn't seem like it would, and how the universe has, followed through and delivered the outcome, the guidance, the help, whatever it is, the solution to you. You can focus on that instead of, focusing on it's not here yet, it's not here yet, it's not here yet, it's not here yet. And again, I'm human and I'm there with you. I have my struggles too. I'm not perfect. I get caught up in the it's not here yet sometimes. But the universe is saying, hey, what is it you're focusing on? Because that is going to influence your reality and how fast things can come in. Yeah, the peacock, confidence. The universe wants you to get confident. It wants you to trust. It wants you to have faith. It wants you to wholeheartedly believe it will work out for you and to expect good things. Don't get caught up in the timing. Don't get caught up in it's not here yet, I don't see it. It makes me think about my family, and all the time they'll be saying, well, I'll believe it when I see it. And it's like, in reality, you have to believe it in order to see it. So, get confident. Expect good things. Expect the solution. Expect the blessings and the magic and the miracles to be delivered to you. Trust the divine timing and the universe's master plan, but expect it. Have confidence and faith and trust that it will work out, because it will. The universe has your back. It has not forgotten you. Yeah. Because when you're having the faith and the trust and the confidence and you're focusing on the positive and you're keeping an open heart, you're seeing the bigger picture, you're feeling through things, you're breathing through it all, you're taking that inspired action, you're getting into joy and love and recognizing that the obstacles aren't necessarily a problem or something that need to be eliminated, but actually the universe helping guide you. It's going to set you free. It's going to set you free because you are going to make more peace with what is. You are going to allow what is. You are going to give space to what is, and you'll know that just because it isn't here yet doesn't mean it's not coming. Doesn't mean you won't have the results you want. And just because it's not here doesn't mean you can't enjoy what you have right now. Doesn't mean you can't enjoy the ride to the destination, because you're going to get there. But do you want to spend this whole ride, think about road trips, and how the kids will be like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And they can be fighting amongst each other and be like, oh, I'm bored, and just complaining and being whining and being miserable the whole time. Or are you looking for car games to play, road trip games to play, using your imagination to daydream, to listen to music? You're gonna get there no matter what. The universe is helping you get there. It's co-creating with you. You're gonna get there no matter what. But how is it that you want to spend that ride, that trip, that journey to your destination? Because you have the free will. You can set yourself free by making peace with what is and enjoying the ride to the best of your ability. Because, yeah, there can still be traffic. Yeah, there could still be, road closures or thunderstorms making, you have to go slower and all these things. There could be, maybe there was an accident, maybe there was, a tree that fell over, whatever it is. You're going to get there no matter what. But you get to choose the energy you're bringing to it, and if you actually allow yourself to enjoy the ride or not. Doesn't mean you have to enjoy everything about it or everything to your preference, but you get to choose. You can set yourself free. You can choose that, And it can be hard because we're used to things being, a certain way and wanting to control things and have it play out in the way we envision it, but we're just ending up ensnaring ourselves in chains and, trapping ourselves and the expectations of it having to play out a certain way and not trusting the process, not trusting the divine timing, Right. Reassurance. Trust your intuition and make practical decisions that align with your higher purpose. Your guardian angels are acknowledging your efforts. This is the universe coming in and reassuring you that you're not forgotten. You're still on the list. It's still working things out for you. You haven't been, lost in the paperwork, as sometimes that can happen. But no, it's still working things out for you. Your order's still in and it's being fulfilled. Trust. It's going to be okay. It's going to work out. Keep moving forward. Stay the course. It's all coming together. Yeah, trust. Trust in yourself and the universe. Have faith in the divine plan and trust everything is folding as it should. Trust the divine's master plan and divine timing. It can be hard when you're not seeing any progress, you're not seeing any results, you're not seeing any movement. You're just I feel forgotten, but it's no. Breathe. It's okay. Hold the trust, keep the faith, keep the hope alive. It's going to work out for you. It's working as it should, because I had a certain vision for how my life would play out, especially with how things had started with my ex. And even my best friend was like, oh, you guys were so cute together. I totally saw you guys creating this whole life together. And that can be hard. But I also look at how things had played out with her, and it's just I don't want a messy divorce like that. I don't want to have a deadbeat father of my children. No. So it's it was hard for all that nastiness to play out like it did, but it protected me from going down the same road as my friend. And so we have to keep the trust. It's hard, but the universe is reassuring us that if we keep our confidence, if we keep our trust, if we keep our faith, it's going to work out for us. Yeah, letting go. The universe wants us to let go of things having to be a certain way, of our plans having to play out a certain way. It wants us to let go and trust. Surrender and let go of control. Release resistance and trust in the flow of life, knowing that everything unfolds in divine timing and for your highest good. That's the main message. We need to let go and we need to trust, resting assured that it's going to work out for us, that the universe hasn't forgotten us because it has our back. It wants the best for us. It wants things to work out in our highest good, even if it doesn't look like it right now. Yeah, and this is why we're put in to this holding phase, this waiting phase, to need to be patient and to trust, because the universe is creating stability for us for this new chapter of our lives. Because if we rush the process, like if we're building a house, if we rush the process and do a shoddy job at the foundation, the whole house could crumble in on itself. You want to have a solid, stable foundation. Angels are guiding and supporting you, providing a stable foundation for success. That's the thing. The universe is working out for your highest good. It's making sure that all the, T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. All the ducks are in a row. Everything's set up for your success so that you can take off running as soon as it comes in. But you don't want to rush the process. You don't want to cut corners. You don't want to, settle for less, because that's not going to be for your ultimate success and your best good, The universe is creating that stability for you. Yeah, enthusiasm. The universe wants you to get excited, to bring in more joy and love and fun and gratitude. Approach life with an optimistic attitude, even in the face of challenges. See? Even in the face of waiting, of being put on hold, of delay, of not seeing the results. Do what you can to lift up your spirits and still enjoy the ride. Be excited about the opportunities that lie ahead and to embrace them with open arms. Get excited about all the potential and the good that the future will hold. Get excited for those opportunities. They're not here in the physical yet, but you can still, use your imagination to imagine how good it will be when it's here, because if you can get into that energy, it's going to come in all the more quickly. Instead of be like, it's not here, it's not here, it's not here, there's lack, it's missing, it's not here. That's going to put up blocks unintentionally. So we got to get more excited for life, guys. It's going to work out for us, I promise. Yeah. Goose, your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. The journey begins today. So that doesn't mean it's all going to come to you instantaneously. It's a journey. It's a process. It begins today. It begins today. So take inspired action. Know that it's going to work out. Your dreams and desires will be fulfilled. They will be met. The universe will bless you beyond anything you can imagine. But you have to trust. You have to have faith. And you can't just be sitting idly by and be like, well, I guess I just have to sit here. It's like, no. You can do inner work. You can do healing. You can do, reflections, meditations, journaling, whatever it is you need to do. Maybe even go to therapy. You can, start getting into that energy of joyful creation, of enthusiasm, of eagerness. You can start savoring life, enjoying the ride, and be like, you know what? I'm not there yet, but I'm still going to make time today to enjoy the ride and be like, today's still a good day. It was a gift. I woke up, Right? Horseshoe, good luck. The universe is sending you good luck and great fortune. It is blessing you. It is working magic and miracles on your behalf. So get excited, trust, have faith, have confidence, expect good things, because it will manifest. It will become your reality. It may take more time than you think it should, but trust the process anyway, because you're going to reach the destination. You're going to have your dreams and desires fulfilled. The universe has heard you loud and clear, and it is working on fulfilling that order, on fulfilling your dreams and desires. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be able to live your dream life. Yeah. Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Focus on internal. That's why the universe is saying, hey, breathe. Feel more. See the bigger picture. Keep your heart open. Take inspired action, because when you're in alignment, when you're in tune with yourself, you're going to have that inner strength, that inner peace, that inner foundation that will help you weather the storms, weather the waiting periods, being put on hold, being in delay, that season of stillness where it doesn't seem like anything's happened. It's okay. You're going to be successful because you're going to stay the course. You're not going to throw in the towel and give up, because that's the only way you won't see your desires and dreams fulfilled, is if you give up. That's the only way you're going to fail. It's the only way. Because yes, there may be obstacles and detours, but you're still on the right path. You're still, because the universe is like a GPS. It's helping you course correct. And so even if you end up turning, a quote unquote, making a wrong turn, it'll help get you back on path. You're going to be successful. It's going to work out for you. Yeah, like stepping into a new experience, and it may be stepping into trusting and having faith and being confident and choosing to be joyful and have fun and trust and confidence and enthusiastic in spite of not seeing the results. Be like, you know what? I'm going to act as if I'm going to have confidence. I'm going to expect good things, and I'm going to enjoy the ride anyway. Even though it's not here yet, I'm still going to enjoy myself. I'm still going to be in love with life. I'm still going to be grateful. I'm still going to be at peace. I'm still going to have fun. Because what's the saying? The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. You got to take the steps. You got to choose it. You're going to get there. Yeah. Arrow, the universe wants you to know you're on the right path. You're on the right path, even if you're not seeing the results. Even if you're put on hold and you're waiting and you're having to be patient, just waiting and waiting and waiting. You're not seeing anything. You're on the right path. Don't give up now. Keep your heart open. You're going to make it. Yeah, haystack. Karma, you will reap what you have sown. You trusting, you having confidence, you believing, keeping the faith, continuing to show up, continuing to plant the seeds, to water the seeds, to pull out the weeds and nurture and tend to the garden, even though you're not seeing the results yet, you're not seeing the growth, you will reap the bountiful harvest. You will reap what you have sown. So even though it feels like you're just put on pause and nothing's happening, know that you will reap what you have sown. It's going to work out for you. Yeah, you will reap what you have sown. You will reap happiness. And again, joy is the ultimate creator. Love will always cast out fear. The universe is shining blessings, magic, and miracles down upon you because you're choosing. You are choosing to free yourself. You are choosing to focus on the positive, the bright side, the silver linings, gratitude, joy, fun, enthusiasm, eagerness, savoring life, enjoying the ride. Because you're doing all this inner work, because of you setting yourself up with that strong internal foundation, it will lead to your happiness. It will lead to your success. It will lead to your dreams and desires being fulfilled. So stay the course, guys. It can be hard. I'm there with you. I'm human too. I have been in this waiting period for quite some time. And every time it felt like I was getting closer, it's like the rug got yanked out from under me. And so it's challenging to stay the course and to keep having faith, to keep trusting, to keep believing, to keep enjoying the ride. But it's going to work out for us. I am sending you so much love. I'm hoping that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.